Yeah. How's it, everybody? What's going on? This is Jeebs, Key of Jeebs, the old composer decomposing here at the Abbacado show. I am a branding nightmare with all of my names and stuff like that. I want to welcome you too. If you're seeing this on YouTube, you're too late, but it doesn't mean you can't rinse with us. I have a ton of Cados in the chat, and we're going to be listening to music like we do here on the Abbacado Nerdy Music Reaction Sessions. And so we're going to go right into it. I already kind of prepped the team that's here. And so we're going to start with some Wheel of Cheese. I do want to reiterate, if you do decide to come to join us on Twitch, we have two things that we do is the dono boost of any song you want me to listen to. And if you do a little dono boost, it's a guarantee that gets done. And then, of course, I do the Wheel of Cheese, which you'll see in a little bit, which is exactly that. You come and hang out with us, put a little something on the forum, and I spin this little Wheel of Cheese. If it lands on you in your song, we're listening to it. As a matter of fact, we're starting with the Wheel of Cheese right now. So let's just go ahead and do that. Are you guys okay that I start with the Wheel of Cheese? I'm good with this. Don't worry about it. Don't get excited. That's the old list. I'm just saying. So let's go ahead and let me, excuse me, die. Alrighty. So I am now going to refresh the list on the Wheel of Cheese. There we go. Wow, we've got a few slices, quite a few slices going on. All right, guys, we're officially starting. Here we go. First spin of the Wheel of Cheese. Let's go. Oops. And it looks like, could it be? It is going to be Cycloid. Cycloid wants us to listen to, let's see here, a live performance of Alan Walker, keyboardist in white hoodie, featuring Tove. For your information, everything before about 1:30 is live performance song transition. Okay. So we're going to be listening to Alan Walker, and the name of the song is Faded Live. All righty, so let's do this, our very first track of the session. Let's go. Laser Show. So is Alan Walker synth-oriented artist? I mean, obviously it's what I see, but I can't see if there's DJs or other people involved. Looks like somebody's behind. That the guy from Sleep Token?
The shadow to my heart, did you feel another star? You fade away, afraid I ain't satisfied. Wanna see us alive. Where are you now? Where are you now? Where
So you guys are saying this is a real famous track because it's made it on TikTok? Or was this a real famous track since it was released? Well, hell, I just realized that 511 million views. Yeah, I guess so. I love hearing the audience singing too. That's got to be such a buzz. But the mix sounds like it's pro master audio out, maybe in a post-production mix out. So is Alan Walker the producer, composer, arranger, and use different artists, or is this the trio that's constant? Or, no, 4 people. These are all old man questions. I don't know. He uses different singers. I get it. You know, this is what's really cool about this is, you know, it's a 4-chord pattern and it's repetitive and stuff, and the melody is very approachable. I mean, because I don't know the history of the artist or the producer, composer, arranger, the synthologist. Maybe that's something new that we can call it, a synthology. What I will say is to open up the show with something like this, it was really, really, really super cool. Love the tone of her voice too. She didn't really get herself out of the box with energy and stuff like that. She stayed in this very nice, comfortable volume dynamic in her voice. And something else that I thought was, I mean, I don't know. Things have changed so much that, you know, DJs on stage, DJs, and, you know, so many different ways to perform for an audience music of different styles. It was kind of cool to see. Maybe that was him. Was Alan Walker was playing, you know, the synth at the very beginning. I'm going to guess that there's probably, you know, I was going to say a Simpty. Oh shit! If anybody remembers Simpty, I'm like, bruh, a click track or something that was playing against something, being triggered by a system, and it doesn't matter. It's all synthy, synth sounding, and I thought it was really cool. It sounded like a post mix though. So in other words, the files, maybe it was done live, take the file somewhere else, mix it out and stuff like that. But what a great way to start it. That was a great track. Big track. Successful track, obviously. 511 million views. That's pretty shockadoobies. And I'm looking at his, let me scroll. He's booked. He's going places, man. All these places that he's going to be performing. Good for him. All right. Let's do some more cheese, please. Refreshing and grabbing a list. And Cycloid, thank you so much for bringing that in there. Were you even here? Cycloid came in and he left, I think. All right, refreshing cheese. Oh, shit, I suck. Stand by. Sorry. Oh, my goodness. Here we go. Let's try this again. Wait a second. Oh, shit, I hit the wrong button again. Oh, hang on for a second. Shut up. Shut up. Why are you guys laughing at me? Shut up. Wait. God dang it. Something's wrong with my wheelie. There we go. I go in here, and there we go. Jeez. Ah, fuck you. Oh, sorry. Sorry. Boy, it was a whole calamity there. I couldn't even get the cheese going. I couldn't cheese or sneeze. I cheesed and I sneezed. Sorry. Here we go. Oh my God. Here we go. Let me just keep moving, Jeeps. Just keep moving. Pretend nothing's happening. It looks like Arbitrab. Let's see what Arbitrab wants us to check out. So, wants us to check out. Arbitrab, if you're here, drop in and say, how's it? No message. Name of the band is Woodkid. The name of the song is The Great Escape. Alrighty, let's go. Oh. Lovely. Cinematic, nice. Hey, Arbitrab, you won. Welcome to the chat. Yes, Skippy, very Kevin. Musical theater. I feel that men are meant to be more than the shadows of each other. This road is finally standing up to the sky, boy, we're free. So what is fate to say? I love this is a punchy track, and the vocals are very matter of fact and power. Like a Star Wars spaghetti western combo. These storms are breaking over played escapes. Boy, we'll find how to make it with the rain. These rage will lead us through the burning plains. No matter what they say, what a unique tone in his voice. We'll get to break out now. We're finally standing up to the sky, Lord, cat me, boy, what is fate to say how things are gonna turn out now? Can't you see that we're dead until we wake up? All your dreams are about to happen now. We are racing to the break of dawn. Is this a unique cut in the album? I mean, as far as the rest of the songs, arrangement-wise? I don't know, this sounds like it would be a great video game. I don't mean to besmirch the track. Really super fun track. It had that spaghetti western-y kind of vibe, like I said earlier. The guy's, the tone of his voice was very unique. And for you guys that have this album, know the project, I take it maybe that is his thing. That he has that kind of, throughout all the tracks, regardless what type of production in it, that he has this very kind of straightforward, clean, not abrasive push in his vocals. But the track itself, like I said, it sounded like I was, like if Outer Wilds, that's that video game, right? I guess it's been a long time since I played that. I gotta play that again. Like Outer Wilds on a pony. But it sounded very like musical theater and theatrical that way, is what I'm saying. Okay, one more wheel of cheese, and then we're gonna hit it with the donos. So let's refresh. Let's wheel it. And thank you, Arbitrab, for coming in and hanging out and saying hi. Welcome to the crew. Here we go. Pew pew. All right, we are refreshed. Let's go. Power of the Funk. How you doing, buddy? It looks like the wiener's gonna be 451 days. 451 days. If you are here, drop in and say hi. You won. Okay, so 451 days. This is a very underrated and catchy 2000s indie rock tune. It's an example of how to write a song that is great instrumentally with high replay value. Just thought I'd participate in the cheese wheel. Oh, cool. I like that. A&R guy in the music industry. That kind of verbiage there. High replay value. All right, so he wants us to listen to the band Cursive, and the name of the track is The Reclusive. Guys ready? Guys heard of this? Let's go. I love the softness of the bass tone. Boy, that vocal's pulled back there, isn't it?
I can hardly get myself out of the bed for fear of
Sleigh bells. I like that. That pulls your head into different directions. Boy, that snare sure is rinsed in a big fat medium room, isn't it? So I don't know if it's one guitar player or not, but we do have two different arrangements with the guitars going on there, which is really cool.
How'd I end up here to begin with? I don't know. Why do I start what I can't finish?
Cellos.
Oh, please don't barrage me with the questions to all those ugly answers. My ego's like my stomach, it keeps shitting what I feed it. But maybe I don't wanna finish anything.
Ooh, I love his voice right there.
Maybe I can wait in bed till she comes home and whispers, "You're in my web now." I've come to wrap you up tight till it's time to bite down.
I'm sorry, but that bass player's having the best time ever. And he's like using a soft touch P bass kind of vibe. In there with the guitars and the cello. Well, it looks like the date on this for 51 days, it looks like this is coming in from like 19 years ago up onto YouTube. So I don't know exactly when this released, but I love the whimsical aspect of it. You know, there wasn't like abrupt changes in arrangements and stuff in the sense like your typical build into a hook. You know, they did bring things down a little bit for the verse. He was kind of back in the mix with that kind of, you know, super chill, entrance and dynamics to his voice. And then, of course, he smoked up the tone of his voice a little bit more in there. And once again, the engineering decision to make, actually, it was the whole kit. As a matter of fact, it sounded like when I was saying a medium room, like it really rinsed on the medium room. As soon as I heard the tom-toms come in, I said, okay, those are the overheads that are pushed up really hot, to get the room ambiance. And I like that. This is the kind of engineering that I'm really like I get excited to hear about because it's just so outside of my bubble of engineering. You know, I keep on forgetting you don't have to sound always like this. It doesn't always. It could be, you know, the track I just finished. I just added ukulele to it, which is kind of like that old man super simple track, and I realized my bass is a little behind sometimes, or my ukulele is a little forward of the rhythm sometimes. And I was like, wait a minute, that's okay. I don't have to get, you know, mental about it. So thanks, man. It was good having you here, and welcome to the Abbackados. All right, guys, we are going now to the dono section. I got a lot of donos in, guys, so I'm committed to do all these donos. Obviously, I'm going to have to split up. You know, I'll do, you know, a couple hours and then take a little short break and do a couple more. So I'm committed for the donos, and I will be getting back to cheese later on in the session. So we're going to start our dono sessions. Makuzia, how are you? What's going on? I hope you're doing well. Makuzio wants to share with us, Kuzia, I'm sorry. Perdón, no te preocupes, mi mente te Kuzio, Kuzia, femenina, masculina, perdón. Ending song for an anime movie, Chainsaw Man, Reze Arc. You guys ready for that? So Makuzia, always dropping in with like great cross-section of music, and is always extremely interesting. But I am familiar with Chainsaw Man. It's one of my more unique experiences listening to this different kind of music that anime has graciously allowed their composers to expand and be as crazy as they can be and expressive. So this is Kenshi Yonezu, Hikaru Utada, and the name of the song is Jane Doe. Makuzia, thank you so much. Here we go. Chainsaw Man, let's go. Wow.
まるでこの世界で二人だけみた
Trippy video.
いだねなんて少しだけ夢を見てしまっただけつま先に月明かり花束の香り
Nice bouncy strings out there. I love that.
さよならもう行かなきゃ何もかも忘れて
I love the beautiful rust in her voice every now and then.
ガラスの上を裸足のまま歩く痛むことに血が流れて落ちていく
Some nice dynamics in the string arrangements there. Big emphasis on the EDM sound design, that trap. The bass. Do, 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 do. Little pits. That dubstep synthy back there. Beautiful melody here. He has wonderful intervals in that melody with his voice. It was a good play on the negative space there. I love that. Kind of a reset. What a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful track, Makuza. So apparently the song's in anime, from what I understand from what you said, but these two artists were the names that I had said earlier. Obviously, they're there in the title. As I've always said, and now it's kind of a staple statement when I listen to music that's produced, in Japan, especially the composers in Japan and stuff, and Korea too. The emphasis on the melody and the movement and the supporting chords is just outstanding. Some of the patterns are very easily identifiable, and I don't mean that as a people's elbow statement, but you can da 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 da, some of those structures and stuff. But that it doesn't matter. It adds such. The beauty about that and the beauty about compositions like this is with that kind of construction in the background, even if your melody is staying within a pocket, let's say an octave and a half range, and that's a lot of notes you can play around with too in an octave and a half in dynamics and stuff, those changes are so significantly creative in a melody that might stay packaged. Now, the gentleman that was singing there, she was wonderful. I love the smokiness, the actual rusty kind of vibe. Maybe the same thing. But with the young man singing, him going from his comfortable chest voice, getting into his head voice in some of the, I forget the word I was using before, but in the notes jumping, 6, 8 whole steps and stuff, getting up into there without a yodel pop. That was wonderful. Music from anime is just outstanding, always has been in my journey, and Makuza, thank you for bringing it. And I hope you're doing well, buddy. I hope all's well with you. I end that with a big, sorry. I suck. Next up is a Ginger. Ginger's in the house. It looks like we're going to get some live performance here. All right. Excuse me. You've listened to Command & Conquer Red Alert 2's song Burn recently, which is by Frank Klepacki. Here's the opening medley from when he grouped up with a band called the Tiberian Sons, who are Command & Conquer fan based, which is now an official band since Frank and the Tiberian Sons remakes of the songs ended up in the remaster of the game. Anyway, this is basically a more spiced up version of the songs from the game in a medley. All right, so Ginger wants us to check out from the game OST, EVA, Act on Instinct, Industrial Target, Menchman, Frank Klepacki, and the Tiberian Sons. All right, let's go.
Sound hardware initialized. This program will install Command & Conquer to the following directory. If you wish to install to another directory and/or drive, please type it in below.
I like the dark white noise in the back.
Thank you. Installing. Please stand by.
What a great way to start a show.
Please fill out your registration card and send it in.
Oh, cool. So this is how the game really starts. Good entertainment there, process.
For last-minute changes and notes, please examine the README file. Installation complete.
We are going to have to act
Oh,
if we want to live in a different world.
I was just kidding, but there it is. All right. Which one is Klepacki? Whoa, big fat sound. Kind of a Devin Townsend thing. Is that him with the white jacket? Is this music in the game, Ginger? Man, the drummer's got some slick hi-hat work going on. Drummer kind of looked like a younger Trent Reznor there. I like the match melody with the synth. Is that melody a leitmotif to the game? Hey, Cat Dissection, how you doing? I like where the bass player with his right hand is getting right down on that bridge to get that more brighter sound. Post live mix sounds really good. And they're pretty tight on this as well. I mean, it doesn't look like they're ear monitors. It looks like they're stage monitors. You see them right there? This is great game music, that's for sure. Listen to the pattern of the drummer. He's mimicking the riff with the kick in the hat. those guys do it on stage when the claps are off. I mean, like, get me away from here. I guess you don't hear it on stage. You know, that synth, that bass arpeggiation just locking us in right there. That's like a real safe home base in the head. Had those old punches. This is giving me a little bit of the Jan Hammer, you know, back in the day in the 80s, Miami Vice. I don't know, I think it's only because of that synth that's, you know, the 16th arpeggiation is going there.
I'm a mechanical man. I'm a mechanical man.
Damn.
What's up, MagFest?
So what kind of fest is this? Excuse me. Whoops, hang on for a second. I blooped. Anyhow, I thought it was, you know what, as I was listening to it, it brought a lot of like nostalgia into my head, being that I don't know what it's like to, except Ginger, you told me it has to do with the same game that I just did. I listened to the other day, but things like that arpeggiation, I don't know, maybe it was just this whole thing about him wearing a white jacket that kind of looked like Miami Vice, and then especially that last 2.5 to 3 minutes of the track, there was that, you know, a real shove in the front of the mix of that arpeggiated bottom end, you know, holding the 16th, boy. 16th. Very fun driving track in the sense that I could definitely see how this would work in a video game. And, you know, it also had a couple of turnarounds that were somewhat proggy that I really dug. And also, well, like I said, the drummer was pretty straightforward, but he had some magic going on with the hi-hats and stuff. Great track, man. Thanks for bringing that out here. Do appreciate that. Okay, let's continue on. Hang on for a second. What's going on here? There's something wrong here. Uh-oh. Oh, nope. Nothing's wrong. Don't worry, everybody. Next up is Lisa. Lisa, how are you? So I brought this band by before and talked about the changes hardcore punk made to production and engineering in the 90s and the 2000s, which bled into nu metal and future genres like djent and the modern metal tones in general. This particular album came out in October of 2000, literally just a couple of weeks before Linkin Park's Hybrid Theory debut album, and myself and my friends would get into arguments over which album was better. That's got to be a fun argument. Obviously, I took the side of Straightfaced, but I think hearing this track helps explain how hardcore punk influenced nu metal in particular. This was the last album Straightfaced did, And it's interesting because the album kind of sits right in between hardcore punk and nu metal, taking neither side as an interesting time capsule for how those two genres evolve over time. Very well written there, Lisa. So let's go ahead and do this. Lisa wants us to listen to the band Straightfaced, and the name of the song is Happy. Yeah, we'll see about that. Pulling teeth. Kind of give me the vibe of the, what's the band that wears the makeup, the nu metal ones with the spiky hair, they play the beer chug? Slipknot. Yeah, and Mudvayne, yeah. So this sounds like it's the punk edge right there. So we're still staying in that grindy riff. Bass is carrying it all the way through, muting out the guitar and the verses. I like the layering in the vocals that's happening there with effects. I don't know if they're zero, if they're wailing an E. I don't have my guitar with me. There's some great doubling side effects going on in the vocals there. Oh shit, that was it? That was a sick track, Lisa. Yeah, you're right. The elements in there, one doesn't take over the other. You know, the punk influence, the nu metal in there. I was trying to figure out that da 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 da. That would be the note, but an octave lower. If that's E, I'm not by my guitar, so I can't tell. I'm going to lean over and pluck my E and see if that's the key. Oh, it's not. I think it's D. Anyhow. Couple drop D, right? Exactly. That's I leaned in there. I went no E. I went nope D. Sorry. Something about that in the nu metal era too that I really enjoyed between Mudvayne and Slipknot, bands like that are in that part of the nu metal that I have only just infinitesimal knowledge about. what I really super dug about that era, what I super dug about this track is that riff, dun to go gone, dun to go in, dun to go. Once they got you going on that, they just let you keep just kicking that can down the road because the bass player kept doing it right through the verse, and then they would lift back into it. There was no change. I can't recall that there was actually a change out of that pattern. You know, and that weird, very unique engineering on the voice, where it seemed like very small, very compressed, using what that canned AM kind of vibe, but below it. So it sounded like there was a series of like 3 different little tracks behind it, and a very unique tone. And to me, that was more of the punk angle, I think, if I'm saying it right. That's more of the punk edge that maybe you were talking about in there. Great track, though, and I understand. When you write stuff like that, it gives me a little bit of headspace to approach that, so I can sit there and look under the hood differently. So I appreciate that, Lisa. And I hope you're doing well as well. Thank you so much. All right, refreshing the list, and who's coming up next? It looks like Shadow Dane. Are you in the house, Shadow Dane? Shadow Dane says, thought I'd share this one considering you've actually heard this Israel singer before, featured in some Steven Wilson songs. Not sure if you've ever listened to some of her material, which is also just amazing as well. Okay, hey Shadow Dane, how are you? Lurkin, how are you? Okay, so we are going to be listening to Ninette Tayeb, and the name of the song is Who Is Us? Very unique title there. Let's go for Shadow Dane. Michael's in.
Who is us and why we are? I had a dream about you and me. No more blame.
Love her voice, but I also love that little pad hiding back there. Great mix.
Who is us? Where are we running? I had to let it go so I can breathe again. No more crying into my rage. I had to let it go so I can let me be awakening into a box of shadow.
I love the dynamic here. We got the pad and the acoustic guitar is what is taking the juice of it. Pretty bold production in the vocals, nice and big with the backgrounds. God, I love double acoustic guitar sounds. Nice and wide.
But I'm not high, looking for a ground to stand alive. Eyes of children all around. I thought I saw you staring.
A little bit more of a boost in that synth pad, kind of pushing a little hotter in there for support. I love the vibro guitar, just letting it ring them out. What a great tone for that solo. It might be doubled with a synth line, I'm not sure. Love the drum arrangement on this.
So don't Show it to me. Show
Nice.
it. Don't let me. Don't let me. And I promise I won't let you play.
Little Pink Floydy there.
I won't let you play. I promise I won't let you play. I promise I won't let you
She's super talented. She's got a phenomenal voice. Great track. Obviously, there was there's a big lift in the production on that. So obviously, as you know, we had 4 musicians there and vocals and everything. But in engineering and the pushing the production, you know, got pretty fat on the hook. I don't know that all of her tracks have that kind of forward-lifting production in there. I loved when the hooks came in that they weren't shy with the vocals. Just go ahead and get them in there, get them nice and saturated with reverb and stuff. And it was a little more ambient and ethereal than I was expecting it to be as it started to move on. And you guys know I love that anyhow, the great stereo imaging and stuff. But from the very beginning of that track, the 2 things that were stand out outside of her wonderful singing is the guitar playing, the acoustic guitar playing, the engineering and that technique. And that through and through, there was always some kind of pad back there. And then, of course, that solo was really cool. I don't know if the solo was doubled over it sounded like it could have been, there could have been a very light monophonic synth line underneath it. But the track was great. Loved the melody. Somebody said it was like kind of a Michael Jackson melody. I was like, If Michael Jackson would have sang a song like that, could be. Well, thank you very mucho. That was pretty shockadoobies, as I like to say my damn self. Let's see who is next up here. Aktar, as a matter of fact, Aktar is up right now. Aktar, I'm going into the studio next month to record this song properly. So I take it what we're going to listen is a song that's improper. It was demoed about 20 years ago. Do you have any advice on how to improve it? Any feedback, obviously appreciated. Cheers. Hey guys, so that means he's not only asking me, he's asking all of us. So if I understand, Aktar, you're gonna let us listen to this track that you want to do a cover and give us your opinion on how. Okay, we can do that, I can do that. You guys ready? Here we go. This is gonna be interesting. No, I don't think I've ever had a request like that. Let's go. Oh, this is your song from, okay. That's why I asked. I love the drums. Was that a 1 mic setup?
Wake up, reach out, read you, talking to me, meet up sometime today. We'll be ready 1 time, 2 time, 2 back. Take it, call me, that's it. Let's go, close the door behind me. Yeah, you're small, you're big to see. Speaking and you look at me. Blue smoke waves across.
Dude, this is cool.
Then you laugh and smile at me.
I like your guitar tones. Very squawky.
Then now, wrong time, wrong way. Lots of people around. You're there, we walk straight through the crowd upstairs. Sit down, you have something mushroom to head. Anchovies on Caesar salad. Yeah, you're small, you're big to see. Speaking and you look at me. Blue smoke waves across your face. Then you
You're saying there's no bass in there? I hear bass. It's a good hook, man. Dude, why would you want to change that up? I fully dug the track as it sat. You know, it was as raw as organic as you can get with it. I got to tell you, it definitely had the early punk vibe, without a doubt. I really super dug the tone of the guitars, you know, and I don't think you need to write another bass line for it. If anything, maybe bump it if you still have access to the tracks. You know, I like your vocals on it. It's got, like I said, look, I'm not a punk aficionado by any stretch of the imagination, but I've heard tracks like this on our journey here and also on the Decomposer Lounge that sound like really small club-style performances that are out there and killing it. And this was right up in there. I liked your vocals. I liked your background. And I liked the hook. The hook really stuck out. So I don't know if I have any suggestions. If you want to remake it, I say keep it the way it is. I think if you have the files, you know, and if you want to maybe just add another bass line over it, that's fine, but I don't think it needs it. I didn't think so. I don't think anybody else did. So that's what I'm saying. So I don't know, Aktar. I think you crushed it on that. And what you did this, you said you wrote this 20 years ago, so that's what I'm talking about. It's great. Thanks for sharing with us, too. I think I really enjoy when I get to know the people here in the Kados and stuff like that, or even if you're just a flyby, you know, whenever you share your music with us, I feel kind of super privileged and humbled to be that guy, you know, and our Kados here are very kind, and you know, if I've seen some people bring music in here, and you know, some of the responses from the Kados are constructive, you know, so winner, winner, chicken dinner, buddy. All righty, let's continue on. Let me refresh this. Okay, Super Scott 3000 coming in hot. Let's see what we got here from Super Scott 3000. Are you still here, Super Scott? Let's see what we got here. I know this probably isn't up your normal. Trust me, if you listen to some of the music we've been listening to, everything is listenable here. I know this probably isn't up your normal alley. However, I'm curious to hear your thoughts about the production and the musicality of the song in particular. So the name of the, I guess, is it a band? NMIXX? And the name of the song is Crescendo. This is coming to us from Super Scott 3000. There he is, right there in our chat. Okay, let's go. Here we go. It's a special.
No question, had to tell and well 사라지는 배경 밤도는 우주 별빛은 새는 quiet 짙은 눈에 잠겨
Ooh, very interesting support tracks.
너말 건데 crescendo 꿈처럼 속삭여줘 귓가에 velvet texture 기꺼이 손을 안고
I really like this.
Oh
man, I love this production.
It is
trippy. I wonder what the story is behind the artist or the band. I love the use of the negative spaces in there. This is a nice little section, kind of a straightforward, kind of puts us on the rails for a second. That was a nice little bridge there, back into our hook here. I think it's great. What a great track, man. You know, we listen to all kinds of music here, and one of the things that I love about being an old fart and just being able to really authentically rinse in music is that everything to me is good to go, your expression of art form. What I will say is something like this, the cleanliness, the sterility, and I'm not saying sterile as it doesn't have any flavor, just because of the way that it's produced, a lot of negative space is created, especially at the beginning. Quiet, you know, the space between the notes is what makes the music kind of a vibe. These guys really send that rocket up into the stratosphere and really emphasize that. Yes, there's a lot of techie side chaining going on with the vocals and everything. We were going in and out of different sets of traps. The last maybe 40 seconds or something that sounded like there was, you know, some live drums or more of a drum kit, acoustic style into it. But I found, first of all, the hook is very catchy. And I actually, the highlight for me was the bridge before the last hook. I really love those chord changes there. So, I mean, that's what K-pop and J-pop, you know, they totally own, they power own that grid of super clean composition and engineering, very glitchy sounding, not glitchy bad, EDM, a lot of that negative space stuff. So I thought it was great. Full stop. That was my my take on it, and looks like they're doing well. They just released this a month ago, and it's got almost 5 million views. So it must be a big thing and going on well. So good for them. Good for their producers and arrangers as well. But right now, that's the wagon. That's the wagon everyone's riding now with the K-pop, J-pop, is high-end production. You know, every now and then I'd like to see what either one of these types of bands and artists sound like with a couple of guitars, a bass, kind of like an unplugged session. You know, I think that would be really interesting. I think what would be really super shockadoobies is if these extraordinary K-pop and J-pop bands and stuff do some kind of an unplugged session where it is maybe one piano and guitar and stuff, and really be able to celebrate their vocals and stuff like that. You know, without the extremely contemporary sounds and EDM and trap stuff, but great melody, and so that was pretty good. So thank you for bringing it. You asked? Yes, bring that kind of stuff. I'm loving it. Thank you so much. Oh, that was good, Super Scott. I dug that. Okay, let me see who's next up. Senor Rui, are you here, bro? Oh, Senor Rui wants us to listen to composed by Ludwig Göransson. The film's score is rooted deeply in the 1930s Mississippi. Mixed with supernatural horror, music is woven directly into the narrative as a spiritual force that can be healing, but also attract evil. In a world. This track serves as a love theme between two main characters, blending tradition, blues, guitar, modern elements. So here we go. Senor Rui wants us to listen to a track from the movie Sinners. And the name of this track is Why You Here Before the Sun Went Down. All right. That's what it says. Okay, so Why You Here Before the Sun Went Down from the movie Sinners. Let's go. This is coming to us from a Senor Rui. All right. Give me that acoustic guitar, please. Little dissonant note there. Ooh. Wow, this is great with that traditional play on the blues. Beautiful small section in the strings, letting it breathe back there. Oh, geez, come on. This is great. I would love to see this to scene. That dissonance that's being created by the string work. It's like a deep purging into purgatory vibe. Wow. What an amazing, amazing composition. I would have loved to have seen this to scene. One of the things that was super stand out for me is that I was, fully pulling in on old, like 1930s style, blues slide work. But what was unique, and I don't know when this movie was released, this was put on YouTube a year ago, so maybe within the last couple of years this movie was out. So the contemporary element in joining that pattern that the guitar was playing was very contemporary. It wouldn't have been chords that would have been used in traditional blues back in the day. It was a lot more beautiful. I think there was like an open, I don't know if they were pedaling a ninth or something like that for the guitar playing, but the slide of it definitely crossed over into the, epic rawness of blues. And then as soon as the strings start to kind of sneak in, it's like, here I am. And then coming out. you know, just to give us a little bit of the width and stuff like that. I love, love, love when composers give you that dynamic. The movie was out in 2025. And then it's the lift at the end, my God, with that free riffing with the vocals that had a very bluesy, gospel-y kind of run and rush with it. And coming in with the drums that wasn't too overbearing. You know, real super spongy little kick sound too, not overproduced. A fine, super fine balance between, it just seemed like the story just crossed over so many generations. It's kind of like that, this composition reminded me of a multi-generational expression, taking a little bit from this era, a little bit from this era, a little bit from this era, and then support the whole thing with the, you know, with the strings coming in and out. Great track, man. Great, great, great track. That was so cool. Thank you so much for bringing that in here. Okay, let me do a little bit of a refresh. Stand by. Okay, next up is Inksentia. How are you? Inksentia wants us to listen to Prepare. He says, he's telling us in his message here, prepare your hips. HIPS. And it looks like we're going to have some live music too, guys. So this is Latilamen featuring Ráfaga. Latiwailam featuring Ráfaga. The name of the song is La Tuna y Tú. All right, let's go. I think we're going to get some Tonto Corazon style entertainment here. Let's go. Hey. Like I said, it's a much fatter production in the sense that we're keeping the cultural construction of it spot on, but now it's like that younger movement of musicians, you know, using different techniques of musicianship, still sticking with the roots in there, but adding, you know, the extra shovels, the heat shovels, whatever, you know, from the ghost pepper and stuff, and adding their unique techniques and stylings. I love the trading off between the vocalists. The guy with the white kind of paisley-looking shirt, he had a little bit more of a traditional sounding vocals that would marry into this, whereas the other singer had a little bit more of a smokier pop vocals. The accordion player also doubling as a piano player, and there's another lead piano player there that's holding the guitar piano thing. I mean, it was a very enriched production. Bass player, the opening of that, I was like, he just went off and started smoking up front, you know, with all the fast pull-offs and everything. I thought this was a great track, and I'm very stoked. Once again, I'm just in that mode right now. I'm just very stoked as an old composer to be listening to the continual, you know, movement of production and stuff and songs and contemporary and blending it with culture and new styles of expressing yourself. You're staying in the same structure and the confines, if you would, of the culture expression of the track, but now you've got, you know, there was well over a dozen musicians in there, from percussionists to background vocals to everything. I thought it was great. Thank you so much, man. That was pretty chill, is what I'm trying to say. Agreed? Agreed? Next up, Eleganza. How be you, sir? I be fine, sir. Okay, Eleganza wants us to listen to a track. The Turning Wheel by singer, songwriter, and producer Spelling was one of my favorite albums of 2021 and still in my all-time fave to this day. It's a fabulous blend of experimental pop, rock, and electronic. Side A is a very sweeping, whimsical, and fairy tale-like, while Side B has a darker, heavier tone. This track, Boys at School, appears right at the halfway point where the two sides meet, as we hear her discuss her difficult childhood. I hope you all enjoy. So Elegans, I see you here. That's you. You're here for this. The name of the band is Spelling. The name of the song is Boys at School. All right. Thanks for that note there. It gives me a better head trip to listen to it with. Thank you.
to the Lord before boredom takes me over. I am waiting on His move. I'm going under the floor. What am I waiting for? Floating down the hall, through all the voices, through all the walls. Thought you could be the one to set me free. Tomorrow I turn 6. I don't want to grow older.
Man, I really like this. And you say this is kind of transitional in the album midway through it. Nice build in here.
I hate the boys at school. They never play the rules. I hate the boys at school.
I like the reverse attacks. That poltergeist vibe, for those of you who remember that.
The body's the law, and I'm only human after all. Wanted to be the one
It's dark, but there's kind of a
you need. Tomorrow I turn 16.
a macabre toy
And I don't want to
emotion in there with the arrangements. I think it's with the instrument they chose to use there. It's giving me that vibe.
I guess you'll never know how much this moment means to me. You were the hero on my TV. Tomorrow I turn 16 years, and I don't want to grow older. Don't even know, you don't even bother. Gave me a heart, gave me a heart.
Ooh, I love how production keeps giving it another lift. We're getting other layers to put in there. Really cool engineering on the drums. Here, the hi-hat's kind of tucked back in there. It's not so obvious.
I hate the boys at school. They never play the rules.
I hate the boys at school. They never play what?
I hate the boys at school. They never play the rules. Shut out the sun until I'm snug.
Ah, thank you, Elegance.
Way too tired to climb out the bed. For what is all I need of friends? I'm meaner than you think.
There's a probably a little synth in the back there, down at the bottom. I think it's what's carrying the bass. It's the synthy.
It's good to
Unexpected. I love that with the horns. Or horn-esque arrangement. It's got trombone-ish kind of glide. I love the horn arrangements. It's doubled up with the, the brass with the lead guitar. Well. Well, as everybody was saying in the chat, very Kate Bush in the performance and everything, but I love the raw and the organic nature of the musicianship. Of the arrangement and everything. There wasn't an attempt to glass it up and make it overly produced, if that's a good way to put it. Some of those cheesier sounds that were like that last little belly cheese sound kind of reminds me of an old DX7 or a little JP8. Was that it, JP8? I can't remember what it was, but it was a rolling keyboard. And also even the horn arrangement, the little brass at the end, it sounded singular. It didn't sound sectional. And it just kept on doubling. First of all, the song just kept on just sitting in its layers, in its pattern, slowly building, great production. And then as it got a little louder, the instrumentation kind of lifted the main da 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 da. Just kept ringing that into our ears and stuff. But I loved her voice too. There was kind of a macabre beauty to it in her tone, and as you said, for being a track that's like in the middle of like taking it down now more of a darker side of the album, than in its middle position there. Of course, it would be fun for me to listen to like the very first cut of that album and then listen to the last cut of the album to see emotionally where this fits in. But this was a great track, man. Thank you so much. Super tasteful. Yes, that's what I would say. That's a good way to put it too. Shakadoobies is what I'm saying. Next up, Michael Zinn. Michael Zinn. Michael Zinn, how are you? Hey, Jeeves, this time I'm bringing in a soundtrack from one of my favorite PS2 racing games that I played while I was an infant. While I was growing up, kind of what shaped my music interest. Early PS2 racing games. Hope you enjoy. Good to see you here, Michael Zinn, as usual. All right, here we go. So, the game is, we're going to be listening to music from Burnout Revenge. And the artist is a KMFDM. And straight to video, Mindless Self-Indulgent. All right, I'll take a side of Mindless Self-Indulgent myself. Let's go. Oh, who's having nostalgic flashbacks right now? It's like all of a sudden White Snake just popped in my head. Is it me? God, I love driving games.
It's hard to place in my face, no emotion.
Like a metal secret agent kind of drive there, right? Kind of a metal spy vibe.
All the problems make me wanna go like a failure straight to video.
I love the overemphasis of the lyrics and the enunciation. Really adds great to the tone of the melody he's singing. Kind of that Dave Mustaine. Of course, I just did Dave Mustaine looking like Jabba the Hutt, but I'm just saying.
Heidi ho, here we go. No solution, strong on the toe. Quite unfair, quite a pair. No box office. Never noticed. No, never noticed. You're so amazing, so amazing. I've never said it. No, never said it. Suffocating, suffocating. All the problems make me wanna go like a failure straight to
This is great. This section here, this riff and everything, this is...
welcome to the show. You're a failure, played in
there's... Sorry, I'm just trying to circle in on that vocal performance there. It's reminding me of something else. That percussive sound design, that tweaky. You're gonna bring in a vocoder, then you're definitely gonna date this track. When was this released? It's Mac Dave C. Welcome into the chat, man. And this is also one of those tracks where the bass is sitting with the riff. It's just giving the bottom end on it. Vocal performance, who's it remind me of? The cadence, the tone. Lee, I was just thinking Maryland. Is that the one? A little corn, that's what it is, Soundgarden, thank you. Also corn as well. Just a little bit of that overemphasis on meow. Great punchy track for a video game. No two ways about it. That was just killing me for a second. I wasn't able to pin that vocal styling, so it was kind of that Marilyn Cornson. Who said that? Lee, that's pretty good. That style. It had that, for some reason, it had kind of an 80s thrash kind of vibe for me. But there was also the infused analog synth and stuff happening in the background. Once again, all barriers fall down when it comes to music for video games and stuff like that. You can throw everything in there as long as it just sounds badass, and this is a great example of that. The melody didn't start to kind of jump until halfway through the track as far as getting melodic. Got a little more hookier and stuff. It was one of those things where it was like the first verse, he was just staying monotone in the pocket. In other words, he was just hanging out on one note the whole time. So I was wondering if this was going to be a pseudo screamo rapish kind of a thing, but then he kicked into a little bit more of the melody and also layering the vocals. And like I said, I really super enjoyed the in and outs of the analog-y square wave kind of vibe coming in and out with a little bit of lead work. But for me, this is what's wonderful about what little experience I have in driving games, you know, and I really got to get one. What I really got to do is I've got to buy something, I don't know which one, guys, to actually like hook up to my TV. I can only sit here in front of my computer so long and play games. I don't know which one to get though, a PS this or an ABC that. I don't know, whatever. You guys can help me with that later. But I do miss driving games. I think one of the things, driving games or first person type stuff, I really miss, like, you know, sitting down on a lounge chair and playing. But anyhow, great track. Sorry, I digress because I'm fucking old. All right. Let me see. Who is up next? Negative Vibes. I'm just saying. Negative ColecoVision. Jeez, RS. Bruh. Next up is Negative Vibes. How are you, Negative Vibes? Are you still here? An old classic that dropped right around the same time that Pink Floyd was in the studio putting together Dark Side of the Moon. Here's an underappreciated piece of progressive rock, R&B. It's on the long side, but it follows a lot of the same structures and approaches you see in Pink Floyd do before a different angle. All right, so, this is the band War. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, so War, and the name of the song is The World is a Ghetto. Let's go. Oh, yes, here we go. And it's War too, so you know it's going to be cool, funky. Everybody take that little hit of peyote you were saving. Let's go. Excellent at setting the vibe, man. Looking at the sky, nice. Searching for the place, this is when doing background vocals where a bunch of people are on a mic and getting into it and putting that energy. I love that. Because I am just rinsing in this full on. love the sound in the pocket that the kick is in. You know, and this is coming from a lived experience, it feels like, musically and culturally and everything. And that's what makes War, and that was made War, such a incredibly impactful band. Big emphasis on the overhead mics for the drum space. Bass is sure in your face on this, isn't it? Great rhythmic arrangement, very lightly back there with the organ. Can you hear it? Did you hear the panning change on the waka waka with the guitar? They're having fun with it. You know, back in the day, that's all manual. That's live on the mix out. Somebody's going... Such a badass rinse. Ah, I'm just chilling. Ooh. Accent there with the organ.
Have your share. If you know you're loved, be secure. Paradise is love, to be sure.
Little time change. I love that.